So, right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this very special episode. My name is Mr. B, and I want you to take a very good time, sit, relax, and watch this video. This is what I have for the viewers. And every time I'm making these videos, I want you to always think before maybe you react, think before, figure this information out. Figure out, is it real? Is it something worth it? So that now we move towards building Africa. You understand what I'm saying? Because if our parents tried and they did not succeed, maybe because of lack of knowledge, maybe it's because of lack of enough weapon. You see, the way colonizers came to Africa, they came to Africa in the name of God, the name of Allah, the name of the Bible. You understand? That's how they came to Africa. And they grew an interest towards our climate, our soil, our minerals, and even our creativity. They grew an interest. And that interest turned into something evil. Now they started having an evil interest towards our soil, our Africa. For instance, Africa was not called Africa. Africa was not divided. There was no Uganda, there was no South Africa, there was no Nigeria, there was no Angola and other African states. So that interest, that evil interest, made them to divide Africa into pieces, because divided we can rule them. When we are divided, somebody else can lead you, can do anything they want with you when you are divided. Because when you are together, you have power. You understand? And that is what happens. So I want you, in every time I'm making these videos, I want you to figure things out. Religion was used to make people docile. After people became docile, what happened? They were invaded, and every of their resources was captured. Now, taking these people out of our land, do you know, as we speak today, South Africa, Congo DRC, there is a place that is captured by the white people up to date as we speak. They are there. In South Africa, there is a place that even a black man is not supposed to step in that place, because it is meant for the holy people, is meant for the white people, is meant for the rich people, is meant for the elites. And who are the elites? White men and women. You understand what I'm saying? Even today. So taking this, they came so slow. They just came and we said, oh, it is good. They shared the culture, shared the language, and it was good. After that, taking them out, it was a struggle. A lot of people, a lot of African people lost their lives. They died in the struggle just to tell somebody, can you please leave our land? We need to be free. You understand? We need to control our own resources. We need to control our land. We need to control our economy. We need to control our things. And it was not easy. Then if you don't want to go in such a way, can we then have a mutual understanding? Mutual understanding. And then they said no. And then they put it in the Bible that you slaves, obey your masters as you obey your Lord. As you obey your Lord, your God, that same way, obey your masters, who is our master? Who is our earthly master? And what are they supposed to do with us? You see, education-wise, we were captured. You see, what we are learning is a system. When you hear somebody say a system, it as it is end result, right? So education system was basically meant for what? To produce employees. So do we have jobs? It will be an endless struggle, endless struggle. We'll never complain enough. We will never have enough. The government is already captured. All African countries and their government, it is captured. Look at Morocco. Morocco, the president who is struggling to retain his tenure in power. After he is re-elected, a 94-old man, after his re-election, where does he go? France. He leads the Moroccans while he is in France. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? DRC, we have M23. They're fighting in some parts of Congo. What are they fighting for? Resources. What resources? Diamond, gold, silver, they're all there. But what about the cradle people of Congo? Suffering. They're crying. They're even being killed. If you talk against the wrong things the government allows to be done in the country, you are murdered. But that is your country, remember? So the government was captured. The whole African governments, the whole African countries and their government. The government is captured. The government serves the interest of their masters. So whatever their masters say, that is what they're supposed to implement in their country. So regardless, no matter how long you're going to complain, no matter how long you're going to cry, the government hata wao wanashindwa. They don't know what they're supposed to do, because their slave masters, they are all on their shoulders, and they're telling them, can we impose this rule? Can you do this? And if you don't do this, we are not going to give you any help. Do we really deserve any help? Do we need any help? Africans. So when I'm making these videos, I want you to know that we have a goodwill. We have a goodwill for our continent, and from where we are, from whatever we are doing, from the state where we are, from the positions where you are. Moving forward, we need to understand the factors, the areas, the things which are controlling our continent, and they are being planted seriously. If we do not understand them, in the book of Hosea, that is the Bible, that's the Bible. In the book of Hosea, it says, that is Hosea chapter number 4, verses number 6. What does the verse say? It says, my people perish, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Let me ask you a question. Does the Bible say which kind of knowledge you lack? Yes, knowledge about who? Your God. And what is the knowledge about our God? Go to Matthew and read the genealogy of Jesus Christ. Worship the God of your ancestors. Who is the God of our ancestors as Africans? Who is the God of our ancestors? Jesus Christ is a genealogy. We see Abraham and who he used to worship. So who is the God of our ancestors? Is that the kind of knowledge that we have neglected, and that is why our land is perishing? That's a question you need to ask yourself and get these questions answered properly and appropriately, so that we can start step by step amending or even coming up with new methods and new policies that is going to free ourselves from these hooks which are being planted in our continent, so that we can get ourselves free to build this continent seriously. Because if we do not do anything, new colonization is coming. Where will my children be? Where will be your children be? How will be the future look like when we have been made to be addicted to this kind of internet? New things are being invented every single day, and not from Africa, but Africans are the most users of those inventions that comes from those people. So are those not the marks? Are those not the points that we're supposed to check to understand that maybe these are the marks which acts as a hook to keep us busy, not to see what is wrong in our continent and fix it? Are not those among the hooks? Look at how parenting is being done nowadays. A mother buys a tablet to their children. Why? To keep them busy. Busy for what? For nothing. You understand? A child grows knowing about the phone, has no history about Africa, has no history about what is happening. You see, they have no history. What is the need of this education? They have no knowledge. They have nothing. What they know is TikTok, Facebook, Skype, YouTube. That's all they know. You see, parenting is being, not done properly, so that we can raise children who understands about their continent. We raise children who only understands phone, and some part of it, and some part of the parenting, we take these children to school and church, and all those things are the hooks of who? Perpetrators. Can we really help to restore the dignity of our continent? Yes, we can. Yes, we have the ability. Yes, we have the capacity. Yes, we have the stamina. If we start moving together, understand the hooks, there we are. That's the point. We will begin to amend or to create things which will help to restore our continent in the way that we want. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you like me, follow. See you in the next video.